I've had this coming for a long time though, because I definitely teased you a lot when I had Google Fiber, and I had like 1 gig at the time. So if you're gonna have 3 gigs soon, I'll be super jelly, and I deserve it.
Well, so for the 3 gig, so I'm getting Google Fiber. They just installed Google Fiber
Yeah, it's super
into
fresh.
into my uh, uh, neighborhood or whatever, and adjustments, focus, autofocus. There we go. Glad that's solved. So they just installed Google Fiber at my. Is it still automatically? You're kidding. Um, they just installed Google Fiber in my neighborhood, and they've been like tearing up the sidewalks. Anytime they do sidewalk destruction, they end it with hay. They throw some hay down. All right, that's how you know that Google Fiber's been there. They got these tubes. Everyone's like, "Oh, they're cutting my uh, internet up. My AT&T's cut up," and someone was like, "Guys, that's because AT&T didn't do it correctly. Google Fiber's putting it in proper tubes. Okay, baby." And so I'm like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna get that gig, right? Because you can get the gig,
Mm-hmm.
you can get the 3 gig, you
Mm-hmm.
can get the 8 gig up and down if you have a need
A
for eight
data
gig,
center?
which
Like
I
what?
might I might need 8 gig at some point if I wanted to self-host something, for example. We're
Sure.
going to be doing a lot of video. We'll talk about that soon. But so I'm like, "Hi Google, can I have the gig, please?" And they're like, "Well, first of all, how many devices do you have?" I'm like, "Shut up, just shut up and give me the gig, okay? Shut up, just put the order in." And she's like, "Well, how many devices?" I'm like, "Okay, no, I'm sorry. Ask your questions. We'll talk through it. Go ahead, okay, Mrs. I don't clearly know way more than you, okay?" Um, and then she's like, "Well, I recommend that you're working from home. I recommend the 3 gig." And I'm like, "Lady, I am good on a gig down 35 meg up. Okay, can I just have the gig?" And she's like, "Okay, if what if you have another, especially for work from home, we recommend the 3 gig." And I'm like, you know, "I don't need it." She's like, "Well, with the 3 gig, they give you this special networking setup as part of it. It's called room network optimization. If you go with the 3 or the 8, not the 1,
Will
okay."
they give you some extenders or something?
So yeah, I think you wind up with an
Like
extender. But what I'm
mesh?
talking about is uh, they will come into your house and they will wire up to 3 rooms LAN.
Holy smokes.
Okay,
That's pretty
right,
cool.
right. Well, and so I'm thinking, well, oh yeah, give me the 3. I can go down to 1 at any time, right? Yeah, give me the 3. And so I'm going to get that service for $30 effectively.
Oh, because you're not on any contract to keep the 3. Huh.
And there's no upfront installation, and so instead of paying 70 a month, I'm going to pay 100 a month, for 1 month and then
Okay.
downgrade.
Brilliant. I love it. That's honestly crazy that you can get it for $100 a month though, still.
I
Like
might wind up
even
keeping
if
it.
you
We'll
don't
see
need
how
it.
stupid it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
I will
Like you
see.
could really do something like how hard would you have to push? You'd have to really be streaming in like every room,
Oh, you're not
playing
you're not going
games.
to.
You're
No, I'm sorry.
download
That
no,
I'm
not
not gonna I'm
even
not gonna look it
putting.
up. I just you could run. I'll have it run in the background. How many concurrent 4K streams would
Wow.
exhaust
The irony right
A3?
there. Like you just froze on my screen as you were talking. It's
Well,
so
I mean, I've
funny.
got 35 up,
I know.
uh,
Yeah, yeah. I don't know.
35 megabytes up. So I got that
Right.
running in the background. I'll let you know. But so I thought that was fun. And I will be so connected to the internet. Very excited for that. And I'm pretty
Mm-hmm.
sure my new laptop has like Wi-Fi 30 or whatever version we're on now, Wi-Fi 6 or 7.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's going to be faster than even my gaming computer because it's going to
Wow.
have the full like 3 gig. I don't know. If I'm working on 3 gig up and down, I might get awfully used to it. We'll see.
Yeah, that's wild. Okay, cool. Well, congrats.
Upload a video instantly. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for
Mm-hmm.
that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so excited for that. Excited, feeling sneaky, you know, going for the 3, pulling it down to a gig. Might stay with a 3. We'll see.
Yeah. Unethical pro-life tips.
That's
For
not
sure.
unethical. I checked
I
with her.
don't know.
She's like, that would be fine. I was like, good.
Really?
I did. Of course I checked
You
with her.
even check. You're like, hey, so what you're saying is, I can get this
Yeah.
installation and then just downgrade in a month.
And she was like, yep. I'm like, okay, I'll take it. You can run 120
Man,
to 200 concurrent 4K streams to saturate a 3 gig.
200 up to 200 concurrent
4K
4K
Netflix 4K is
streams.
only 15 mbit.
Wow. So what do you need 3 for? Even if you have like a
I
family of
don't need 3.
15. I
I
know, but
don't
I
need
know that you
3.
told her you don't need 3. By you, I didn't mean you, Joe. I meant just
If
like
it was me,
you,
my wife, and
a
my
person.
5 kids, we probably
Yeah.
maybe want to start talking 3. And I work from home and I'm on
Yeah.
video calls all the time.
True.
Maybe
Okay.
we can start talking, but even then, you're not using 3.
Right. Right. Right.
You're just not.
Man,
It's silly. It's
I
truly
used
silly.
to. I used to be able to upload stuff so much faster when I was on fiber. Now it takes a minute for sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's because you're not symmetric. You probably had a gig down, but you're not a gig up. You got like
Yeah, no, not
35
even
up.
close. Yeah, I
Although
don't know.
AT&T does fiber, by the way. I don't know if you got AT&T
What
out there.
happens to our stream if I try to speed test during it? We're about to find out.
If you speed test, it'll probably be fine for a sec, but even if not, it'll pause on your side. But so there's that. That's a lot of fun. Uh, excited about that.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
supposed to have close to a gig up. I always end up getting like 660. Or
no,
sorry, no, I'm
you're.
supposed to have a gig down. I get like 660. I don't know if I should like complain about that, but then I get like
Are you on
28 up.
Wi-Fi or are you on hard
No,
link?
I'm hardwired. Yeah.
Oh well, you're also streaming me back to you, and you're bricking a little.
Hmm.
So
Will
you got to
that
share those.
impact
You got to
my
share those
speed?
tubes. Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
The tool can only measure what it is able to pull, and if it's competing for
I
part
see.
of the
So I'd have to
download,
be like
if
not
yeah.
doing anything else while I'm doing that. Okay.
Although
Well,
you're probably not pulling 300 mbit from my video. I don't know. I don't know.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Anyway,
But yeah,
I don't. I've done speed tests a few times. I don't seem to ever get the full gig, so not
I
super happy with. I don't even know who I have. What do I have now? Spectrum, I think. I think it's Spectrum.
so yes, yeah, that's what I was on. Spectrum is I've got a gig down 35 up. If you go to AT&T, you can do a gig up, gig down. It's probably a little more expensive though.
Yeah, no. AT&T serves part of my neighborhood. Not
You have
even. I
no
don't even have a
fiber to
big.
your house?
No, I don't even have a big neighborhood,
What?
but they don't serve my house yet. Yeah,
Wow. Well, you'll probably get Starlink gig before you get
I
land
know.
land gig.
I know.
Um, hey, so I would
What's up?
really like to
Let's
spend
do it.
the very next part of this
Hmm.
talking about instant coffee.
Yep.
Okay, you and me and Richard,
Hmm.
not Robert. I keep wanting to call him Robert. Richard.
Richard.
We were all chitting. We were all chatting. I was showing off my clean coffee. It was cute. It was cute. And he's like, it would kill. And I was like, even if it's not true, I want to hear it. I want to hear it. I want to build
Hmm.
something. And he was like, man, if you made like a social network out of this. And I'm like, great idea. And so I built it. Here, let me show you. You share my screen. I vibed this whole thing out. Like, can you see it?
Let me make it bigger. Yes.
Okay, so I using a ChatGPT Pro plan on the GPT 5 Codex model. I hear high might be better, but I'm using the Codex model. I just step by step just built the whole thing using the tool. I was like, first, make a little demo that does this. Now, make a little demo that does that. Now, if you'll recall, there's a couple things I want to emphasize actually. If you'll recall, Clean Coffee, I'll even show you, and dear listener, cleancoffee.app, it's up, you can use it.
Hmm.
We got a Kanban, we got the classic Kanban, right?
Hmm.
You got your topics you're discussing, you're done, right?
Hmm.
And I'm like, hey, hey GPT, can you, real quick, make me a Kanban? Let's start where we start. Let's make a Kanban, right? Because I'm trying to make a lean coffee. and it's like, here you go. And I'm like, there's only one column there. And it's like, no, dude, you only need one column because lean coffee does not need arbitrary columns. You have a list of things to talk about and then the topic. You can put it in a single thing here. Actually, if you would, Mike, can you visit instant-demo.bios.dev? This will not be up by the time it airs, dear listener, because I'm relaying this through a Cloudflare tunnel off of my local computer just for Mike here. You should be presented with a login. You logged in with Google, no problem, yeah?
Yeah, I sure did.
So this is the site, and I'm thinking like, oh, you make like topics. I'm gonna treat them like, I don't know, subreddits or some kind of like. You ever been in a physical lean coffee? Like they'll do like tables, and then the tables will have like a topic on them, and you just go to the table in which the topic space is interesting, and then you do a lean coffee when it's not like retro oriented. And so I'm like, oh, politics, pop culture, whatever, book/adaptive leadership. And I made a little adaptive leadership book club right here, right? Go ahead and open that up.
Open or join?
I don't know what the difference is. Click open.
Vibin'.
I probably have to remove that. There's probably a lot of old cruft because I made like 5 different tries to get this to where I wanted it to go. Well, 5 different options. It wasn't like trying to do the same thing 5 times. I was like, try this, now try this, now try that, now try this. I like this one. Let's get rid of the rest.
Okay.
Now click join meeting.
If I click join on the previous screen, does it just go straight in?
I don't know. You're welcome to try.
Clicking join does nothing. Open
excellent.
It, though.
Good. That's ideal.
Yep. Okay. So
yeah,
I'm
please.
clicking join now, and
there he is.
Oh,
there he
God.
is.
I hear him. I hear
oh
him
no!
twice.
Oh no! It's working. Oh no!
This is awesome.
Isn't that awesome? So now we have our faces and our communication are in the tool, Mike. We don't need to tab back and forth and hopefully notice that the time's off. You just go here. Boom. All right. And as well, let's do a little lean coffee. Ideas for instant coffee. All right, we'll do the talking stick. Did that pop up instantly on your side?
Hold on. Let me pull it back up and keep going. Hold on. Oh shoot.
And here you can close the.
Sorry, I'm watching your screen share and.
Well, you can cancel off of it. My point is I'm using the instant DB backend, and so this stuff pops up instantly. You should see my votes pop up right away. You should see, hi pop up right away.
Oh man, so fast.
Thank you. That's what I wanted. Even if it didn't happen, that's what I wanted. That's what I wanted.
What if I'm like, hi back?
That popped right up, baby. Wow, all right, so I just deleted those because deal with it. Now, okay, you can pop your votes in, okay? The same dot system, okay? And then you promote the top card, and now we're talking about this one, and in the bottom right, you can have comments.
Yo.
And you can nest the comments. Nest.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's
right?
Nice.
Right? And you know what? Maybe you actually have an idea about this thing we're about to talk about. And so you have it over there, right? And I can click this comment button. Look at the screen share. Mm-hmm. And now I'm on this other card.
Oh, dude.
Oh, yeah, right? And then you can click the little X to go back to current card. And if I promote the current card, here, go back to click the X on the top right of the comments box if you're focused in on the one we're not talking about. And then if I click promote, boom, now we're talking about this card.
Dude, but where'd the one that we were talking about go?
Well, it's in the pile.
Oh, damn. Sorry, I was trying to set you up for the archive thing, but I realized you
oh, I mean, if you, yeah, you as well, yeah.
You don't
if you archive.
You
could unpromote, but you can archive, and the comments are still visible. And then you can promote the next one. I think when I click archive, I'm going to have it auto promote the next one. I'll add that. But and then you have the vote utilization thing right at the top where you can clear your votes and stuff, right? Clear mine, clear board, right? And there you go. That's it. That's what I made. And I have another. The next thing I want to do, I'll mention next. What are your initial impressions?
Um, can I ask questions yet, or
You
just you
you,
just want to
you
hear
should
how I feel?
reflect whatever comes to mind.
Okay.
Take us in any direction your heart desires.
Okay. Yeah. Um, Man, I think this is really cool. Obviously, a little bit of you know, manual TLC to get it just right, but the thought of the thought that this was vibe coded is pretty cool. I think that the comments being nestable, having basically a thread, a comment, or threaded comments on every topic is really cool and useful. I am interested, I mean, this is like a UI question or consideration, but I am interested in, um, how will people continue to have sort of like discussions after the topic is over? Maybe that's a good thing. Maybe there's like a topic and people are talking, and then people continue the conversation in the comments, even as the topic space moves on to something else. And if you're, I guess, if you want to follow along with the live discussion and comment on that, you can always do that easily. Or if you want to go continue the conversation about something else, I guess you could do that. Whatever. I guess at first I started thinking about how it could be confusing that there are different comments going on at all times, possibly like totally different conversations and what's even being discussed. But maybe that's a feature and not a bug. I don't know.
When you're in Discord on video, you can chat in the chat. I know I chat in the chat when the meeting's going on, although
Mhm.
it's kind of all in the same spot. Some
That's what I mean though, is that there's not one chat in this
There is
way.
a
There's
main
like
chat because we
there
do
is
as
a
well have the
main
book
chat.
club Slack, though not usually active while we're talking.
Right. What
And I
is
guess
the
it's
main
the interface having a main chat is the way Meet works today.
what is the main chat?
Well, like the chat where you did not deliberately focus a card. It's the one where the promoted card focuses by default, and if you
Oh,
click the comment button, the
I see.
URL adds the comment card path so that you're focused on that card. Also serves as a permalink. Here's what we talked about for this card, you would say.
Yeah, that's okay. I'm watching the URL now. And then but how do I get back to, like, if I'm looking at comments for these different cards, how do I get back to looking at comments for the
So
active discussion?
the way it does today is if you click open at the top right, there's a little
Mhm.
X. I don't like it.
Oh,
I
I
don't I
see.
don't
I
know what I'd
see. So it's
prefer.
like it's telling you that I'm looking at stuff for a different. Okay, you could add like a little indicator that it's like a archived discussion or something, and then a little
Yeah,
indicator that it's a live discussion right next to the
or
thing.
like the oh, like at the top being like this isn't live, like
Well,
click here to
well,
go
well,
back to
well. Look,
live.
you see on the comments where it says ideas for instant coffee right there on the top right of the comment section.
Yeah, the
You could put
title
a
of the
little,
card.
yeah, you could put a little live icon next to that. And then if you click on the comment icon for feedback from Mike, yeah, next to that you could put some kind of little archive symbol or something
Return
like
to
that.
live or
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
archive
yeah,
or I love
exactly,
that.
exactly,
I
yeah,
was
yeah.
also thinking in the
There you go.
comment button you could have it turn into an unview this comment button.
Yeah,
It turns it into a
right,
bit of a toggle.
right, right, right.
A couple
Yeah,
places.
yeah,
See,
yeah. A
this
little
is where I think I
cross
want to go with
out
this.
through the comment thing or
Um,
something. But anyway, sure.
now
But that was
I
what I meant, by the way, by my more general comment earlier, which is like a little UI TLC. I think to get it to get the sort of like it's already very intuitive. I think it could be, almost perfectly intuitive with a few tweaks. So that's cool.
yes,
I was curious.
I think
Another
so
thing.
too.
Another curiosity that came to mind was just security. The fact that it is vibe coded, I am logging in, it is using my camera and microphone. Like, what say you about security is what I wonder. And it's like, if
Sure.
I'm gonna say, yeah, this is safe to use, what assurance could I give?
Sure. Great question. So the whole thing was vibe coded. Yes, I will admit, I did actually look at the code that was used to secure it. However, I didn't type any of the code.
Okay, nice.
I didn't type any of the code.
Well done.
But it wasn't all completely. It's like 99% vibes.
That's pretty good.
There's a couple things that make this convenient. Number one, my backend is instant DB. I just have I just tell it the name of my app, told the instant DB service what domain was allowed to use that app, and then you log in through Google. Okay, so you're logging in through Google. I don't have your credentials. You're authenticating with Google through instant DB. And then I go, instant DB, are they authenticated? It goes, you're damn right they're authenticated. And I go, cool. Right. Your name is Mike. Okay. And then the video, that is Cloudflare's real-time kit. I have a back-end server where you hit /API/realtime kit with the please let me in the meeting. It goes, sure, here's a token, and you just use Cloudflare. And so anyone that visits this website is permitted into the session, but Cloudflare does it, is my answer to security. Okay. As well, actually, this gets me into something. This is a perfect segue. You had asked one question I'd like to tie into the next thing I want to comment. Well, what if people are off, messing with this and that comment and not paying attention and maybe we disable that in certain modes of session. Maybe we have a focused mode. This adaptive leadership peopleware book club session 3EE40EE0-8, whatever the UUID, has mode focus, where that button just doesn't work. It doesn't work. It's broken while we're in session. Pay attention. As well, the next big thing I want to do after I maybe tweak some of the UI with some of the feedback I've gotten from you so far, I am not trying to care much about design until I get someone like you to look at it, would be the talking stick. Do you remember the talking stick? I didn't hear your answer.
I was trying to say, yeah, I love the idea of the talking stick, and I do remember it well. I'm looking forward to seeing it in action. So right now, this is configured to everyone can do everything mode, right? Where I noticed. Where if I join it here, let me stop sharing, because I don't have anything else to show you. If I join it, I can start recording the meeting. That's a thing Cloudflare supports. Okay, I have everyone on super permissions right now. Anyone can do anything. I think you can mute me. I can mute you. Anyone can do anything. It's on anyone can do anything mode. I think it's on host mode. Yeah. There are other modes where you can lock it down to where you can't do anything, where you can you join and you're in there until you close the tab. Cool. Okay. So what I'm thinking makes sense, and what I've talked to GPT about, I believe it's possible for me to have a back-end service listening in live and doling out mute and unmute turns in a way where people could submit, they could publish the fact of their interest in talking, and the server would take it into account, turns it into a video game, kinda, right? Where you have a talking stick. You could, for example, there's many ways to do this, but you could, for example, have everyone's got 2 minutes. If you start talking, it'll burn through your 2 minutes. At 15 seconds to go, it just fades you out until you're silent, until you earn back at least a minute. Yeah. Over the course of 70 seconds. I don't know. That's one. Another one I saw was leaky bucket, where the more you talk, the more your bucket fills, and the fat. Oh God, what is it?
it doesn't necessarily matter. The idea being like it's a way where the more that you talk, the more discouraged you are from continuing to speak, and people who don't talk at all are like they are next in line.
Yeah.
Okay. And now our book club is not going to use the talking stick. We're all extremely cordial and socialized.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I might
Yeah, it would take like it would be like extra kind of work to use it the
I'd
most.
probably publish a, how many minutes have you been talking? How many seconds have you been talking total? So that when I see that I've talked for over half of the time, I can maybe shut up and just self-regulate, But I'm not going to be like, okay, whose turn is it? Because we don't
Mm-hmm.
have that problem,
Mm-hmm.
as far as I understand.
It would be fun to see a display on the side of how much time each person has talked, so you can just
Oh
see
yeah,
that you are absolutely dominating the
and you
discussion.
should shut the hell up. Yeah,
Yeah, and if you're, moderating, you can say something like, "Hey, Steven, looks like we've heard zero from you today. What do you think?" Uh,
exactly.
I love that. And if it isn't obvious, if we didn't explain, I mean, the whole problem that we're trying to solve here is just that people tend to talk too much, talk over each other, and I guess the more challenging the topic or something, or maybe engaging the topic, the more risk there is of that becoming a problem with a group. Or like you said, the less socialized the group might be. If you happen to get like a room full of strangers talking about a tough topic, I don't know about you, or if you've been in like spaces or anything like that and seen where, unless it's well moderated, which is also a lot of work, uh, it's a lot of just like people talking over each other and a lot of yelling. And even in a more cordial environment like work, I mean, I interrupt people. I get interrupted a lot, and it might be helpful in some cases. I love your take on it as like a mode. I'd love to be able to switch into talking stick mode and be like, guys, can we, I feel like we're all over the place. Can we focus for a second? I'm going to flip us into talking stick
I'm
mode.
gonna pick up the talking stick.
Right. Oh yeah, yeah. There you go. Like I'm gonna pick up the talking stick here, and and set it down, and then another person picks up, and I guess it would be based on kind of like a hand raise system or something like that. And if no one has a hand raised, the next talking stick goes in the middle. You pick it up, and you can
You're
just
in
talk.
line for the talking
Yeah.
stick.
As soon
Maybe
as you
maybe it's
start
always
talking,
opt
you
in.
pick up the
Maybe it's
stick.
always opt in where like for example I'd be like, no, listen, I really want to make this point, and I'm going to
Mm-hmm.
burn my talking stick mana on this, and then
Mm-hmm.
when I'm done, someone else can go, or if no one else uses it, we go back to cordial mode. But I can grab the talking stick, and
Right.
we
And it's
can.
like if there's a queue of people with hands up, and you could, if you wanted to get complex with it and have the order of the queue change, not just based on who had their hand up first, but also who has the most time or something
The
like that. I know
leaky
that you were
bucket
saying,
thing
right.
is
I know
yeah.
that that's what you were getting at with that. So you could have some kind of algorithm if you wanted to, or it could be enough that it was just the next person with their hand raised. And if you have more than zero mana, it'll keep you like in line. Like if you have zero mana and you hit the hand raise button, it's just like you can't raise your hand. You have no mana. You're dead
Maybe
right now.
listen for a little bit there,
Yeah,
buddy.
you're dead right now. Just sit down and listen. That would be cool. And then it's like when if people have their hand up and there's a queue and you're done with the talking stick, you're basically handing it to the next person at the top of the queue. If there is no queue, you're setting it down in the middle of the room, and whoever speaks next picks it up. You know.
I could also transcribe it in real time and reward politeness. I could also
Can you imagine the complexity, the gamification of like the talking stick?
thank you, and it's like, nope. I also police tone. You were a dick there. Um, it's a thing. I might do it. I think it'd be a lot of fun. I think this is extremely novel.
Could
Cloudflare
have like
also supports breakout rooms. If you and another person in this group are like fighting about something, you can literally take it outside. Will be another
mm,
button. Okay,
that's fun.
where you just go hash it out, and then you come back when you're ready.
Yeah,
Okay.
when you're ready to behave, right?
Well, I mean, just as a way to be
Or
like,
listen,
I want to continue this, but I don't want to interrupt you guys. Go
right?
ahead. I'll watch the comments. I'll catch up. It'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
AI will fill me in anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I want to go hash this out real quick.
Mm-hmm.
So that's interesting, you know.
Okay.
Or as well, you could have multiple rooms. I could imagine this thing being. You said spaces. This is a spaces competitor. This is a thing where maybe the audience is like really excited, but you like have a panel and you don't want randoms talking,
Hmm.
the randoms could go, jump into their own sub room, but still be within the context of this discussion. It's a branching system. You know, um, but yeah, I see a lot of opportunity, a lot of really, I think, really novel uh, server side management. This also could fully automate lean coffee moderation, where the system would just be
Yeah.
like, "Are you ready? 1, 2, 3," and then it has a popover. Do you want to keep talking about this, or do you want to continue? Thumb up, thumb down, instant check, done, move on.
Yeah, I do love the like, do you want to keep talking about this? And unless it gets like a certain portion of votes, if it gets a certain portion of votes, it adds a little more time. If it doesn't, then, you know. But it could
Yeah,
be interesting, like one person's trying to make a point, and then the vote thing comes up, and they're like, oh fuck, and then they're trying to scramble to click the button so they can keep talking, and they hope that other people click it so they can keep talking. I don't know. Maybe maybe it would be great though. I feel like
you could
younger
burn your mana on pushing it further. Also,
I think younger folks are better at dealing with certain things like that, like really short, really strict kind of rules. I feel like they might pick that up and be really happy with
you,
that.
you could also have like a 10-second timer after the time runs out to be like, so it's not like, oh, I missed it. But what do you think about um, monetization? I think that businesses would use the crap out of this. I recall Vowel being a thing. Is that still around? Remember Vowel?
Um,
We did it with Josh. It had the talking amount thing. Vowel.com. Is that still around?
vaguely remember it.
No, this thing is toast. So like that didn't work, but maybe because, this system's more robust, it would be,
Yeah.
more interesting. I don't know.
Is there any way to have how peer to peer is this peer to peer at all in any way? I know that
No.
I think
It's
originally you had
it's
a bit of a
through
peer to peer
Cloudflare.
vision. Yeah,
I
yeah.
could make it peer to peer trivially
Okay,
for up
trivially.
to 4 people is the
Okay.
limit of the technology.
Okay. Could others spectate?
Everyone can spectate. It has unlimited spectation scale.
That's kind of cool. Like, so 4 people can have a panel and everyone can spectate and it can be free, basically.
I don't know.
Well, if it's
Yes.
peer to peer, then it would be free. Well, the
Well,
reason that I
well, well,
ask is
actually,
like,
the thing is at scale as well. I could use something called Web Torrent to use torrent protocol for having the peers scale. Like the more people that watch it, the cheaper it gets for me to broadcast, kind of a thing, live.
that's cool. So I was gonna say, because you're asking about monetization, but one of the questions that I had written down, left unanswered, is cost. Like, you've said that it costs more than zero for you to do this. You joked the first time that we tested this with everyone hopping on and people opening up like 3 sessions each or whatever. That it maybe that test cost you like $1. You said something like that. So, if you're going to monetize, I think like you should at least cover your costs to start. Are you
Yeah.
charging for session time? Are you getting that granular with it, or do you have a subscription where you get a certain amount of minutes per month? I don't know, or and user minutes per month, right? Because like 4 users at a minute is equivalent to 2 users at 2 minutes. Is that the case? And I say all that, and the reason that I brought up peer to peer was because I was curious: is there a cost savings there? Because I'm not using some like server, and we're just sending our video to each other. Is there some kind of, um,
Yeah.
you know? Anyway, you see where my head's at. I'm saying
I
I'm
yeah.
kind of rambling a little bit, but I'm trying to give you an idea of what I'm curious about and what you have to say about it, and what you think is
So
important at this stage.
I yeah, that's interesting. I'm thinking that well, number one, It is $0 for 5 people to have a video conference for 1 hour. I get a terabyte a month free egress, and it would only cost 70 cents at 720p or $1.38 for 5 people to have a 1 hour call. So it's pretty affordable. I could also have I'm thinking in tiers, just sources of cost. Video is going to be the greatest cost. Um, we could turn off video, and this
I was
system
gonna
would
ask
be even
if you could have
cheaper.
like a videoless mode or something where you
What
could
about
run it
audio
without.
only? Yeah, maybe video would be for premium accounts. Um, but
It's like there's no video in Spaces, I know.
there is no video in Spaces, and maybe that's for the best.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
so there's that. There's audio
Hard to
only,
moderate that.
and then there's no, what?
What do you mean what? I just like if someone whips out their dong on video
Oh,
during the
I
call.
see. I see.
Do you have to have a moderator in the call that's going to auto ban or that's going to ban them, or can you just you're going to have
I
AI
will have
watch
a
for
hot
dong?
dog, not hot dog AI watching it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna have to train a
That's what I'm
model
saying.
on whipping it
Exactly.
out.
Yeah, I
Okay,
don't know if
fine.
that's even. I feel like video maybe even unnecessary. However, for book club, of course, we want video. So if you're like at work, you might want video. So maybe optional is the way to go.
Discord, though, I think is very popular without video. You hop
But it
hop
also
in a
has
quick
video
chat.
as an option.
It does, it does. And so audio costs basically nothing, which is
Hmm.
cool.
Yeah,
So
maybe
that
it's
could maybe be your
premium.
free tier. Maybe it's a
Yeah.
premium thing. Maybe it's a B2B thing. How I have autofocus disabled camera. As well, peer to peer. We we could do as well. Your peer to peer if you have below 5 people or something, and if you want a group above that, you're gonna have to pay for it. Could be a
Yeah.
thing, and maybe with video, you have to pay for video, which I feel like businesses would be up for a per seat video, or maybe I would just do my costs plus some margin, passed on to you, usage based pricing. But I think per seat is probably going to be the correct amount. I don't want to do this out of the goodness in my heart. I want some money. But I definitely see this thing having a strong use case for running a lean coffee in a business. Like, we know how to run a lean coffee. We know how to ask the right questions, and we know how to take transcripts and turn them into useful insights. I feel like there is not such a structured system out there with all the stuff I just said. And as well, for heated online discussion, I imagine they'd be like, all right, let's take this to instant coffee. We'll come up with a cooler name. Let's take this to instant coffee, and let's grab a coffee, they'll say, and hash this out with a talking stick, okay? Because I will debate you, but I'm not going to be talked over.
Yeah. Right. Can you make a adult version called Coffee Grinder?
Yes, I'm not against that, but I won't be moderating it myself. I'll have to pay someone to deal with moderating it. But I'm not against that at all. No, it'd be like a productive adult discussion website.
Yeah, for sure.
And I'm sure there's some moderation nonsense in here, but we'll burn that bridge when we get to it. But yeah, okay. So that was the. I'm glad I prioritized it because that did take the half hour. What do you think?
Yeah, fantastic. No, I think you've taken the idea and run with it and done a great job. I think I'm happy to help. If you want to, when you feel like you've got your vibing phase behind you and you're wanting to get a little more artisanal,
at this point, like
whatever you
want. Even now, actually, would be lovely to just talk about where things ought be.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to do that precisely immediately,
It could be a
but
fun thing to do for the next few minutes. I got nowhere to be for 7 more minutes, you know.
hell yeah, dude.
I did already say one thing. Oh yeah, I don't know if you want to just open up GitHub and
Well, the
start
thing
record.
too is because we're recording, I'm going to get the transcript and I'm just going
Yeah,
to
yeah.
take the transcript, distill it, and be like, do the stuff he said.
Oh yeah.
Enter.
Perfect. Yeah. Well, comments need upvote and downvote. Um,
Um, uh, dwell on that a bit.
was a thought. Sorry. Yeah, I didn't just mean to
Well, I mean,
dictate
upvote
it.
and downvote is interesting because this could be, in effect, a bit of a Reddit situation where the card is, in effect, a post, and people could go to this even if it wasn't a live discussion
Yeah.
and comment on it and discuss it and vote. And I'm up for voting on comments.
Yeah. One thing.
I think single upvote downvote. Hell yeah,
Yeah.
sold.
Yeah. If not, and you could play with both ideas. Obviously, you could have both, but I think a upvote, downvote, or a react could be nice, like the ability to react with emojis on it. You could have a small library of emojis available, or a huge one. I don't know,
That is
but
in effect an upvote downvote.
it
You know,
is.
that's a
Well,
higher
people can
dimensional upvote
be
downvote.
right, right. It doesn't affect the thing. If you do upvote, downvote, it opens you up to sorting, and you can do like Reddit. You can sort the highest, upvoted thing to the top or something like that. You could hide heavily downvoted comments. Like you could just do exactly what Reddit does, or you could do something like what God, who does it? Like Telegram or Slack or whatever does, and you can have like emojis to react to things. I know that when I'm using like a Google Meet, you don't have either of them. So people say something hilarious in the comments, and you have to do a bunch of like carrots or something to try to point to it, or you can actually send an emoji as a message. So if you're real quick, you can do like a finger pointing up or something like that to the previous message. But I feel like it's something
I love it.
woefully lacking from the chat or the comments, is like the ability to react or respond to whatever it is somebody else said. So anyway, yeah, and you could have a terrible comment that gets or a great comment that gets a ton of like emoji love, and maybe that's enough. Maybe you don't need to sort by stuff, but anyway, it could be nice
I
for the
also
user
love
to
that
be able
that
to
kind of
sort
book
comments by time or by votes.
by emoji. You could filter by emoji. You could also have emoji reaction be a bookmarking system where I know what emoji you use to react to what. Show me all my ha-has. Show me all my mads.
Yeah.
Show me all my. It'll hopefully develop some cute nonsense around an eggplant. We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
what else? What else you got?
Um, I could see use cases where if this became like a social media thing where you could somehow promote a comment to become an agenda item up for vote. Um, where like, so you're having a topic, think of it as almost like spinning off a
Promote to
comment as a new
topic.
topic, like become topic. It just, yeah, could be something. Maybe not everybody can do it, but maybe if one comment is really popping off, and a moderator or somebody with the permission on the call to promote a comment to a topic wants to, they can promote it to a topic and be like, okay, I see you guys are really excited by this reaction to the previous topic, but it seems like its own thing. Let's put it up for a vote. If you guys want to talk about that, we can talk about it. Something like that. It could be interesting. I wouldn't make it a P1, but it comes to mind. I would
I
say even
for
archive
go
card,
ahead.
that button, I would, in this case, the way that you said, you're like, oh, maybe when I click it, it could automatically promote the next card. Yeah, you see how when you have promote to top, I almost think it should say like promote next or something, right? And when you click that, it archives the current and promotes the next one.
Oh, there's no reason to
Unpromote.
click this button unless you're getting the next one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Right. Unless you're going to like,
Okay.
okay, I want to like clear the board, clear the air for a second. I'm going to archive that card. Before we talk about the next topic, I have some stuff to say. Maybe it's maybe it's helpful. But anyway, if you want to make it one click, you could just have it be, or you could have the larger button and the words say next topic, and then you could put a little red archive button, just the icon, where you can click just the icon to archive that card and sort of clear the board, and
I like
have a
it.
clear, something like that.
I
But
like it.
where archive card, I don't think you need a huge red button there. I honestly think it's actually a little off-putting to have such a massive red button available. I would have a little
What?
archive icon that is like gray, and when you hover, it turns red, and when you click it, it archives the card. The button should say next topic, or something like that. Yeah, I don't know, whatever. On the previous screen, I would fix the whole open join thing.
Yeah, fair enough.
Just small, but that I would say is like a P1. Like, I would not go to production with that. I would say that's,
You'd get rid of the join button?
yeah, or make it work. It makes me think of like the Google, like, I'm feeling lucky button, where it's like, yeah, no, I don't even need to see what's going on in there. Just let me let me right into the action. Whereas the open button is like, well, take a look first before I, expose myself. Anyway, whatever you want to do with that is cool. What's download ICS?
Man, where is the... Oh, join and full. Okay. This is a member capacity aware button where you set a capacity of 6
Uh-huh.
and you can join if it's below 6 was the scaffolding of this button. So I might keep it and replace
Okay. Oh,
join, open with join.
is open like spectate or something? Like,
No,
maybe
open
join
just
and spectate?
visits the URL.
Right.
Join, yeah, join just updates the capacity. Oh, did you see it for a sec? Are you watching? Oh, oh, oh,
That's a weird
oh.
button. Okay.
Okay, so okay, well, I'll play with it.
Yeah, yeah,
Feedback
yeah.
noted.
Okay, cool. Um, as a user, my expectations would be like, I can either look in the room and watch, or I can like walk up on stage.
I think that this default experience is that,
Yeah.
and that this is kind of the stage.
Right. What's weird to me though is that it's like you get in here and it's like your options are either watch the video and be on video, or you don't get to see anything.
Oh,
What I'm saying is,
your
like, I should be able to
spectate.
just spectate and watch everything that's going on, or I should want to join the panel and actually be on video. Because what I'm
Okay.
imagining is you can have a call where you have 10 people, we're all on video and we're doing this thing together, or you have a call with 6 people, they're all on video and there's 4,000 people watching
And commenting
and commenting,
and
sure,
but not engaged in
and
the
maybe even
board, but
yeah,
only
and
in the
voting,
comments.
yeah.
And you can filter the comments by people that are on stage in case you want to have your discussion with just your people, but people can be going crazy in the background.
Yeah, sure.
Love that. Love
Sure.
all
And
of that.
you can and voting on topics could be locked to either video participants only or open to all spectators. I think would be interesting.
Interesting. This one
Because
has like
it's
10,000 votes.
either like we're going to talk about what this panel of 10 people wants to talk about and you can all watch, or this panel's gathered here today to talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. I think both of those should be on the table.
Oh, man. Oh, this is so good. This is so
Well,
good.
because one could be, I mean, now I'm starting to think like there's potential here for doing like an all hands meeting or something like that. Any kind of panel discussion could be a cool way to do that. And then I think I think it could be great to just fucking cut and publish as a podcast. So it might be cool to have recording capabilities. Um, if if you want people to be able to like, I do think you should be able to like share these as like as like a fuck, what's the word that I'm looking for, a artifact. Like, here is here's a link to the whole event, and it's got video and it's got the comments. It's got, you're basically going to like a Reddit
Oh
link,
man.
that has all
Oh,
the comments and the post
and
and
it like plays back the.
right. And so you can
Oh
watch
man.
the event. So you can go back, you can enjoy it, and then you even though the event has passed, you can continue to engage in the open comments. The comments can continue after the event is already over.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, because I do see this being a way
Or you
to
could lock
have.
comments at the end of the event, however you want to roll.
Well, I mean, if you want to start a new one, okay, you can make a post referring to the old one,
Mm-hmm.
okay, but like, these aren't meant to live forever. Maybe give it like a week or something interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I think spectate makes sense. Would you go to this? Would this be interesting to you if you saw a topic like WW3 question mark? Would you click on this and join and listen in?
So that is another thought that came to mind. Something I haven't. I think the Spaces UI sucks when it comes to trying to find something interesting to listen to. I don't know if it's just like using an algorithm to put the 10 spaces that it thinks I'm going to be interested in front for me, but guess what? I'm not fucking interested. Like, I'm not interested. It sucks. I would want to do something better than that. I would say you should put some thought into a homepage where someone can go and discover topics that they might want to follow, engage with. Yeah, like this being your homepage, I would say you can put some work into it to make discovery a good time. And if you did that, then yes, it is somewhere I would go. I would go there if I thought I might find a topic that is worth listening in on. And it could be cool to have some like stats and stuff, like what are the highest ranked topics this week and whatever
Ooh,
else. Like,
creator payouts. I'm thinking now like some kind of like you get a share of the people that visited or
yeah,
something.
yeah, you could even charge for joining. You could have like it costs 10 cents to join and watch.
If you
You
don't
want to talk
have
about
money, you need to
monetization?
go back to work.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah,
You don't what are you doing listening? You need to
yeah,
go to work.
yeah. Go make a
Okay?
little money. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I was also thinking it'd be interesting to set these up
You can make it
as a bit of
token
an.
based.
I was thinking tokens. Ooh, crypto. Some people
Yeah,
would eat
you
that up.
buy like 1,000 tokens and like, oh, this is a 1 token call, this is a 0 token call, this is a
Arcade
10 token
style.
call. Yeah,
Um, I
and you can gift
maybe it could be
tokens.
peer to peer where you get the tokens and the tokens you collect, you get 10% of it in dollars at the end or
You can
something.
earn tokens. You
You
can
can
cash
earn
your tokens
tokens.
out. Yeah,
What was it? No, it's gone.
put it all on the
Yes.
Ethereum chain.
You could also set these up as RSS feeds to make, in effect, an automatic podcasting system. I wish I could sub to Spaces
You just stole my
sometimes.
idea.
Did you
I
just say
wanted
that
it.
idea?
Yeah, well, something like it. Maybe you made it better and said it
Sorry.
better.
Did you say it on air? Like, was I just not
Yeah.
listening?
Yeah, no, you'll hear it if you ever listen to these. But I just a second ago I was trying to say like I would like it if there was like I said record feature. I was like if you could like auto podcast off of one of these
Oh,
events, it would be really cool. Like you
I
have an
I
event, you have a
understood.
panel, you have a discussion, a bunch of people watched it, and then you can publish it as like a podcast would be cool. As well as like you can just go like Spotify, right? Like you can go to Spotify, you can look at like the podcast and its home, like where it's served from, but you can also go listen to the podcast and like Google Podcasts, whatever. Like it would be cool to publish it out there among the podcasts, as well as have it visitable at instant.coffee or whatever it is you're using as a URL, and get the full, the comments and everything else that you can engage with.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Absolutely. And not even to be like some fancy production thing. Just like it would just you could just add it to your podcast thing. I would just I've been going through hoops to get certain spaces just tacked into my podcast app because like I don't want to open Twitter to like go find the space to like hopefully remember where I was, and they don't even save your playback position.
It sucks.
And so just little stuff like that, I think it adds up to be a pretty unique thing. And the reason I think this is both unique and not something someone else is going to rip off tomorrow is the talking stick function is going to be actually pretty effing complicated.
Yeah.
I'll probably do
Yeah,
it pretty
well, if we
quickly,
make
but
a
it's
really
not
complex
trivial.
algorithm, then we're algo guys after that. Now we're an algorithm company.
Oh man, I
We've got
forgot
the
about
best
this.
talking stick algorithm.
Uh, the other thing, this website's going to be everything I've ever wanted to build all in one thing. The other thing I'm going to do
Yeah.
is subscription based moderation. There are no mods. You can sub to people that are mods, and you can unsub to their moderation choices. So, you know, that mod's a tyrant. Good. Stop letting him filter your algorithm and start following Based McGee. All right, he's gonna get
Huh.
you what you want.
That's funny. So you have you have completely unfiltered content, and then depending on which mod you subscribe to, your content will be filtered based on how that mod filters content.
Yes. And so that mod could be like, "That's gross," and you'd be like, "Thanks for watching out for me, prudes McDuck." You know,
Yeah,
would be
and so
great.
you could just subscribe to all mods, and then you would have
And
them
then see
filter out.
nothing.
Yeah, and then see pretty much nothing. Right. That's funny.
But that's my solution to moderation: is you opt into who you want to mod your stuff, and then the mods just get popular, and if they tilt, you just unsub,
Yeah, that
and
sounds
then they could
great.
get paid for doing it too. I don't know.
How do you moderate like illegal stuff?
Um, that sounds like Cloudflare's problem.
How do you keep people from planning terror on your app?
LLMs.
Okay, that's such a
Language
How many
models
times
and
is that
BERT
answer
BERT
given in
models.
boardrooms today
I mean,
now, where someone's
I
like, "Well, how do we scale this?" And somebody's like, "LLMs," and then they move on like it's
I
solved.
tell you what, I will run a series of BERT models on my personal 3090 until I run out of scale, at which point I will pay a company to keep my data safe.
Yeah, it's fun. Um, okay.
God, I would love to have that problem.
Yeah. Well, hey, I know we're well over time. I think that this was an awesome chat, and you've got some fun stuff to think about. Dude, great work, man. I think it's in a state where it's basically ready to. You could easily do a book club in that
I was going to
app.
say, well, last question. Is this ready for book club on Friday?
I didn't play around much with the topic editing, I don't know if you have full markdown in there and stuff and everything's cool. I don't know if you can like merge topics or anything like that. It seems like what I was trying to say is I am pretty confident that we could use it, and even if there are some features missing, I think it's got plenty. Like,
It's
and
got
you'd get plenty
mark.
of feedback. You get more feedback from people. They might not even be trying to give you feedback, but they might be like, "What? How the fuck do I?" And then you're like, "Oh, great, great. Thank you for pointing that out."
It's got
So
markdown and it's got voting, and those are the two things that you guys want,
yeah, you
and you
should
can
start getting
promote.
feedback early and often. However, I don't think you should spend a ton of money hosting our video calls for book club.
It's $0.
How is it $0?
It's $0. Cloudflare has a 1 terabyte free tier, and we'll never hit it
Why?
because there's 5 of us,
There's only 5 of us in book club.
or 7 or 8 or whatever. We can't. We will never. 1 hour 4 times a month, 4 hours, 7 people at
Right.
1080p will not hit their 1 terabyte egress.
1 terabyte per month,
They're
or what do you mean?
yeah, it's per month. It's
Holy shit. Okay.
the Cloudflare real time cost is $1.38 for 5 people. No, it's the total usage is here at 1080p. It's 30 gigs for an hour of 1080p with 5 people,
For free?
and we have 1,000 gigs in the free tier.
Oh.
And
Oh,
so we will never
I see.
hit anything from InstantDB or Cloudflare. This is completely free for me right now.
I see. So, what would have to happen for it to become not free for you anymore?
We would have to get 50, 50 times the usage.
Okay. So 50 book clubs would have to
50,
spring
yeah,
up.
50 concurrent book clubs weekly
Right.
would I would
Well,
start
they don't
having to
have to
pay
be
a couple
concurrent,
bucks.
just 50 book clubs a week, you
Well,
know?
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, 50 200 1 hour sessions would start to worry that I might have to spend a couple dollars. And
Okay.
I do mean a couple.
So you can get a good amount of you do spectators add to the cost?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. But there are ways of making that cheaper, and I can do audio only spectator,
That
which would
sounds
make it
really good.
effectively free. You are
Yeah.
never going to hit the limit with anything less than a fully,
Yeah.
high MRR, MRR SaaS. Like if I'm running into audio based limits beyond the free tier, like I'm making money, baby.
Man.
Um, so
Okay.
that you think this is ready to pitch that we try it tomorrow in book club instead of meet? We're all
Yeah.
gonna hop on meet. I'm gonna be like, hey guys, hop over here.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think it's a group that is willing to play around with stuff like that anyway. So, I mean, we're
Okay,
already
I will find a
using
way to
another
deploy
app
it.
that you built. Um, you're basically just saying like, hey guys, stop using clean coffee and start using instant coffee instead, and we don't have to use meat on top of it.
Yeah,
So
it,
that's
it
kind of cool.
eliminates meat.
Yeah.
It's just hi, come to the lean coffee experience.
Right. Yeah, I like that. Okay, let's do it. Let's try that on Friday. You try that on Friday. I think that's awesome. And this would be a really fun thing to keep playing with on the podcast for a while. I think this is like our next season of podcasting. It sounds like it could
Yeah,
be.
dude, and you did the I we thing. I'm up for it being a we thing. I
Oh,
don't
hey, yeah, no,
mind.
that's exciting.
I don't mind having help with this because I want to move it. This feels like an actual thing that I've built,
It does feel
right?
like
Doesn't this
it could be
feel
a
like
real
the
app.
most real thing I've built so far?
Could be a real app. It's a lot better than me wanting to do the Goldbelly System One version of photography stuff. This is just more exciting, I think. Like the
I
photography stuff,
think
I'm
we
doing
have
fine. I don't need a.
I think we have a few people that'll be ready to test it too as well. Like I don't know how many people you can just
Let's think.
force your
Right,
idea onto.
you can get a lot more engagement fast with this. That's exciting, and I just see a lot of. I have a very specific use case, which may be better if you're going after a beachhead, but like with what you've built so far, I can see like a whole bunch of use cases. I think it's going to be challenging to pick a beachhead to build for early on. Like if you want to have like heavy adoption by a certain user base, I think part of the challenge is going to be like, okay, we see the potential for this, we see the potential for this, but we can't just build a little bit for each use case. We should pick one or two prime use cases and really build out what is needed for those use cases is something that I think would be a challenge because of how much, you hear what I'm saying? Like there's so much potential that I think it'll actually be challenging to focus. And that's like, I think both a good thing and, you know, and going to be a difficult thing.
It'll be I see what you're saying, and it'll be interesting to see if we uh actually understood anything in those books we've read.
Yeah,
Because I've
that's exciting.
never built a product,
Right.
and like you've been involved in building a product, but like you haven't like been fully
It was never
responsible.
my idea. Yeah. You know,
Yeah.
I wasn't having to really. Most of my experience building things has been building other people's ideas, which I'm really good at. It's fun, uh,
Yeah,
and
flow
it's so
engineer
hard,
is great, but like
dude. I got to give it to idea people because there's just so many of them. I have so many of the ideas, not of the people. There's so many ideas that you get as soon as you have something that's exciting. All of a sudden, you get so many ideas, and it's so hard to narrow down what you should build next. I think that that's like a huge challenge. LLMs maybe might make it kind of cool because you can give them like 5 ideas at a time and be like, make all this happen at once or something. But even so, gonna be tough. I think that that's exciting. It'll be cool. I think maybe I would like to hear more from you about what your ideal, maybe if you could kind of break down what some of the audiences are, it could be fun to talk about and like try to stack rank them so that you have an idea of like, this is the customer we want to go after because we can make money from them and it will impact the world in a positive way, and we'll get to use it ourselves. Like I could see there being different kind of benefits to different user types, user personas. um, it might be worth that conversation, I think, before you continue to to go too deep into any kind of feature, feature set. It might be good to think about who you're building features for.
I think I think that makes a lot of sense. I think that's a good example of what we can spend talking about on the pod.
Yeah.
As we build it faster.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I just realized it would be fun. I think something else I'm going to build in here even before I deploy it tomorrow, maybe before our next pod. I'm going to prepare a second view where the session does not include the real-time tiles, and it's actually deliberately a pretty thin single column interface that expects you to put the browser pretty thin so that you can just have it over here, and I'll share the screen in Riverside and it'll pop up as a sweet third instead of like an awkward we're on the sides nonsense.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be cool?
Yeah.
Let me actually see if I'll regret that. Let me share real quick while I have you.
I wonder if you took a screenshot of the layout and described to an LLM like what you're trying to do, and then like roast my layout, what kind of feedback it would give you.
Is that playing nice? No, it's still being kind of stupid. Oh, that's too bad. I was really hoping it would like.
I mean, even like this ain't too bad.
It's not too bad. It's not too bad. We'll see what it looks like in the recording. I just wanted to get that sample so I didn't have to wait another week to get the real world use case sample.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, here, wait. One more. I see a layout button. I'm going to try this one more time. Layout. Not available while sharing media. Oh, you suck, Riverside. Riverside, if you're listening, please let me treat my screen share as a first order attendant. Maybe I'll do OBS and I'll screen share it as a third camera. We'll see.
What were you trying to do just now?
I was trying to have it show up as another third, so it's like, more conducive to a nice visual experience in the video.
I see.
But it's just not happening.
Yeah,
no, but
sorry.
we can wrap up. I was waiting for Mike. I was like, oh, I'm gonna keep on the pod till my kid wiggles. She ain't wiggling, but like
wow, that's funny. This is like the latest I've talked to you in a long time.
My wife was like thumbs up because she knows. She's like, it's been like a while.
So, okay, cool. Well, I'm glad we got to spend a little extra time hanging out.
Yeah, dude. Okay, cool. Yeah, we don't have to squeeze any more out. Okay. We'll have more sessions.
Mm-hmm,
okay.
mm-hmm.
I will find a way to put this online in a way that probably whitelists, honestly, the emails of the people that are going to wind up using it.
Okay.
Because I don't want to accidentally turn it into a terror cell or whatever you're going to use it for. But we'll talk more about it. And I'll even, if you're interested, set you up with a development environment if you want to start playing around with the UI at some point. Not today, but like that could be cute.
That could be a fun call too, is setting me up with a development environment. That's always like an easy 30 minutes of fun, is us fumbling through getting me in a developer mode. So
dude, absolutely. Really cool. Dude, if I got you in here, you'd love it. Have you ever used Tailwind?
Yeah, a little bit after our last setup. Yeah, we were setting up and using Tailwind at the time, so I am familiar enough. But I'd love to work on the UI and have some fun with it, and make a branch, be able to show you what I did, and be like, "What do you think? Is it going to master? What do you think?" That could be fun.
Okay, cool. All right. All right, man. Okay, well, good. I'm thrilled with all the feedback I've gotten so far. Looking forward to it. Alrighty, we'll wrap up here. Later, dude.
Later, man.